And Jesus was transfigured before them, and his face shone like the sun, and his clothes became dazzling white. Suddenly, there appeared to them Moses and Elijah talking with Jesus. And when the disciples looked up, they saw no one except Jesus himself alone. That's what Matthew chapter 17, verses 2 and 3 and verse 8 tells us. Sometimes I wonder if the disciples ever just looked at Jesus and said, seriously, Jesus, one more thing we have to try and understand? In this passage of the Transfiguration, everything that makes total sense to do, the disciples do. And then Jesus seems to shift everything. The disciples must have been very frustrated. Why not build a home for 3 prophets? Seems like a hospitable and a welcoming thing to do. Why not tell everyone what they had just seen and experienced? That seems like a pretty good example of what it was and what the meaning was to follow Jesus in the first place, was to tell what they had seen and witnessed. Yes, there is that holy moment in the appearance of Moses and Elijah as they were talking with Jesus. But again, that was a proof of the divine nature of Jesus. That the fact that Jesus challenges reactions that seem perfectly understandable, well, it shouldn't be overlooked. Too often we act simply because it's what we think we are supposed to do. And what if there are things that we have been doing for generations or even just for a few days that are simply not what we should be doing? These moments point to the need for us to be discerning and open to the ways that Jesus may want us to be different in our presence and unexpected inside of the world. We may instinctively move towards an action, but having the discipline and commitment to think and pray and discern both individually and communally may sometimes point us towards new responses that are beautifully surprising. The experiencing of results that we never could have ever imagined. This goes far beyond simply challenging the idea that we too often do things in a certain way because we have always done those things in that particular certain way. Sure, many things do need to change, but how unexpected would it be to discern that not all things need to change? And for the things that we do believe need to change, what are the unexpected results towards which Jesus is directing us? Can we plan and discern while always being open to the surprises that our faith may introduce us to? While we may sometimes react in fear like the disciples, if we remain open to the ways that Jesus surprises us, maybe we can join in on the unexpected ways that Christ shows himself to the world. Now that would be unexpected. You see, staying focused on our goals while also remaining open to the ways that God may surprise us and going in new directions. Well, Jesus is often unpredictable to our understanding. And that actually is a gift that comes from God that never allows us to become stagnant and lifeless in our ways. This is good news. Amen.